So let's cover how you can actually export the sRGB maps, which are very important because you need to do some preliminary checks before you export in sRGB gamma curve. So the first thing first, you need to change the render target format to sRGB, and also you can tick the sRGB map. And if somehow you forget to change the render target format to sRGB, by checking the sRGB maps, it will automatically change that for you. And that's how the texture is going to be in sRGB. And it's very important that if you want to export it as sRGB, this needs to be ticked as well. And there's also another settings, which is the MIP generation settings for you to be able to change it the way that you want. If you're not familiar with MIP map, you can actually read and know about it in the documentation of Unreal Engine. We're not going to cover it in this video. The next one is the pack without alpha channel, which of course, as it shows, if you tick this, the alpha channel will be taken into the accounts. And of course, this saves you storage in your hard disk. And the next one is the alpha blend with RGB, means that the alpha channel is going to be blended with the information of the textures from R, G, and B channel. And this is how you would see your texture is going to be baked. So the alpha channel will have influences on top of all those. And of course, there is the ability for you to invert your alpha if you like to. And this is how you would see in action. And the next one is the pack textures resolution. And by default, it's on 1K. And of course, this must be a power of 2 to be able to use MIP map generation in Unreal Engine. But in a case that you want to have a custom texture resolution, all you need to do is to tick the custom texture resolution and assign any width or height to your texture. In this example, I'm going to give a very random numbers, and then we see it in the action. And once you do this, and then you press create the textures, now our render target follows that format. Maybe this would be a mask that you don't want to take it into the account of being a power of 2, and you want to use it in your shader graphs. Well, this is the way to go. So the next one is the texture channel maps. The first one is the red channel map, which is very straightforward that you need to assign, and then it's going to be stored in the red channel. And the interesting thing is you can manipulate your textures in 2 ways. If you want to increase the texture's intensity and the power, there are ways for you to do that here by toggling these parameters. And as you see, if I actually go like very high numbers, you see the hands is getting more stronger. And then if I go lower, you would see it as well. So in this way, you can manipulate your textures before pack it as well. As the power option, it also enables to increase it or decrease it as well. It applies the same thing to the other texture channel, which is green, blue, and alpha, which is very powerful if you like to do some tweaking before you pack the textures. In alpha, since it's linear, you will not be able to see that much with this texture that I apply. But for example, you apply other texture that is like between the range of 0, 1, you would see it much more visible, like the hands. So this is the core fundamental and the parameters that you need to apply with your pack texture settings.